Hello, my dearest confidant. So, in this episode of Healing Yourself Emotionally, Physically, and Mentally, I wanted to talk about forgiveness. And forgiveness is a very powerful tool. And I know it can be hard for you to forgive other people that have done something that you find to be egregious in your life. Something that was like, I cannot accept that they did this, right? And forgiveness is one of those things that you might have to do more than once for the same exact instance. So let's say you get in a fight with your significant other about them not washing the dishes, and you forgive them for not finding your needs important. If you're one of those people that tends to hold on to things, you might have to, within yourself, forgive them again for the very same instance of them not washing the dishes and feeling that your needs are important. Does that make sense there? So, but the bigger part of forgiveness, and I'm sure you've probably heard this before, is that, well, first of all, forgiveness is absolutely a choice. You can choose not to forgive anyone, but it's, as the Buddha says, it's like you don't forgive them, and so you are harboring this stuff within you, and it's like you drinking your own poison, and so it's really only poisoning you. But the point that I want to get to here is that forgiving yourself is more important, I think, than forgiving them. Because if you can forgive yourself, and what I mean by this is like, saying that you did the best that you could with the information that you had at the time, forgiving yourself for the reaction that you had that may have been too much of a reaction for the actual act against you. So like, your significant other didn't wash the dishes and you flipped out. That might have been a little bit too much. So forgive yourself for saying, you know what? This is something that was building up within me and I should have corrected it sooner. However, I didn't. And it's okay that I behaved that way. I forgive myself for, having this happen. And I am going to be more cognizant of speaking my truth and my boundaries so that way I don't have to have such a buildup next time. And so, forgiving yourself is extremely important, because if you can forgive yourself for your part in the story that you've played, it makes it a lot easier for you to be able to continue the relationship that you want to have with these people. And, you can forgive yourself also and then decide to not to continue a relationship with that person. Because in reality, all we're doing is, walking each other home, right? And part of that is walking ourselves home, because we spend the most time with ourselves. And so if you can't get to a place where you can find out what the reason is that you behave the way that you did, and then forgive yourself for that core wounding reaction what's the word I'm looking for? That automatic, like, I've been in this situation before and this is how I think it's going to play out, so I need to protect myself reaction, then you'll be so much better for it. And so, yes, forgiving yourself is really where it's at. And the more that you can start to forgive yourself, the more you see yourself as someone outside of yourself, right? If you have all the compassion in the world for other people, but you're hard on yourself, forgiveness for yourself is even more important for you, because you are also human. If you can forgive that other person for not behaving the way that maybe they should have or could have, you are also a person that could have behaved or should have behaved in a different way. And so being able to forgive yourself is light years ahead of what other people that are not on a healing journey can do. And so I encourage you to start with the small things, and then you'll be able to build up to the larger things. And you'll see how much more grace it opens up for your own behavior as well as other people's behavior. I love you, my dearest confidant. Until next time.